Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a special video. It's going to be our Disney debate. What is the best Disney movie? We all have like different answers. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below of any other videos you want us to do, whether that be a debate or reaction or review. Um, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So who's going first?
I can,
Definitely not
Emily.
me, but
I knew it was
all
coming
yours
to me.
then.
For me, this is straightforward. It's the 1994 animated classic, amazing, spectacular, phenomenal movie called The Lion King.
Sorry.
That's
Oh,
a
I
lot of
think
words
we've
to
lost there
describe
you
it.
Okay. You've already lost. It's game over, guys.
Sorry,
go. All
sorry.
those adjectives.
I don't want to repeat myself too much because I've already given my opinion on The Lion King in the review Grace and I did a while back. So check that out and also check out our movie reaction to it as well. But to sum it up, first thing I absolutely enjoy about this movie is are the characters. We have some really interesting main characters. You've got Simba, you've got Mufasa, you've got the hyenas who are comedic, you've got Zazu who's also a bit who's comedic as well. It's just perfectly balanced. You've got someone like Mufasa who, seems so regal and so, like I don't know how to put it, but so king-like. But then you see a different side to him when he's with Simba, and I just absolutely love the dynamics between these characters, and then between Simba and Nala meeting again and seeing that sort of dynamic when they reunite and sort of discover that they have feelings. And also Simba's relationship with Timon and Pumbaa. And honestly, it's really well done the way that they've done the relationships in the movie. And then you've got an amazing, crazy villain called Scar, who is definitely one of the best villains because I just don't know. Like he's crazy. He's nuts. And you kind of get a different feel from this villain from the other Disney movies we see. Like he's a bit more sort of he's cunning. He's in the background, sort of like the mastermind, pulling all these strings and making things happen. So I really like that. And then the story. The story is absolutely amazing. It's sad, it's happy, and then there's just so much emotions and stuff. And it's a really well-paced story, and it takes time to develop these relationships, but also make us fall in love with these characters like Simba, who is our main lead. And then you've got the animation, which is breathtaking. You really get to see so many different things just from the beginning with Circle of Life and seeing all those animals pop up to seeing Remember Me and Ghost Mufasa popping up and just that animation there. And also not just the animation of the background and stuff, but also the animation of the characters as well, which is one of the things that was a problem with The Lion King 2019, the live action remake, the fact that you couldn't see the emotions. But for this, you could really tell it. And it's just a testament to all those animators that were working on it, hand drawing all these different scenes and stuff. And then the soundtrack, which is probably for me like up there, like one of the biggest reasons why I love this movie. So you've got amazing songs. You've got Can You Feel the Love Tonight? You've got I Just Can't Wait to Be a King. You've got a great villain song, Be Prepared. And all of them, you
Yeah.
just can't help singing. And it just gets stuck in your head. And you've got the tune in your head and you suddenly start singing it randomly. I don't know if it's just me, but it does happen. But then you've also got a really good score which was composed by Hans Zimmer, which is it just really adds so much to the movie. Like scenes like when Mufasa dies and Simba is trying to, he's distraught. He's in grieving. He doesn't know what's happened. He's a little kid. And you really you hear that soundtrack in the back, and it really makes that scene come to life, and it really impacts you that, you've suddenly got tears streaming down your face. And yeah. And then for me as well, I think biggest thing is just there's different scenes that have emotionally just I've emotionally connected with. Like Kings of the Past, like all of those scenes, like they all just stand out to me because you see the bonds with the characters, but also it all just these are for me like just scenes that I will always just remember. Like I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this movie is just there's nothing wrong with it. if there is something wrong with it, I don't know what you've been watching because it's definitely not the 1994 version. You've been watching the 2019 version.
Oh,
But
there's some shade thrown.
but yeah, this movie is just definitely like if you haven't seen it yet, I'm really surprised because it's definitely the best Disney movie of all time.
Whoa, shots fired.
Uh, I'm not sure, but
Oh,
okay.
oh, sounds like Grace is going
Ooh,
after then.
yeah, Grace is going
Go
there.
for it, Grace. Go on. The
Uh,
stage is yours.
oh, okay. So I think the best Disney movie of all time is my childhood favorite, The Jungle Book. I think the animation of it is brilliant, especially during those time in the 60s. I think it brings out that classic and uniqueness of Disney 2D animation. It's got that charm, it's got that fun personality with it. Obviously, it's not as pretty as detail as The Lion King, but it still has that um beautiful and style within it. It has likable and memorable characters in the story that makes us want to follow their story and helps keep the narrative flowing, like Baloo, King Louie, Mowgli. It gives it them they all give the story a very upbeat moments in this film. And it has a very unforgettable villain, Shere Khan, and the actor George Sanders does a outstanding job voicing this character. Plus, without this villain, they wouldn't technically have Scar and the Lion King because animators from the Lion King tried to use Shere Khan, his style, into. So technically, he started it in a way.
Ooh,
I'm just saying, okay.
ooh.
Okay, back to the film. It had some amazing musical songs in it that we all love to listen and dance along when we're little, like the Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You. I mean, they're
That's my
just
favorite.
catchy. Like these were like the 60s. They were all jazzy and fun and movie. It was just in the groove. It was really cool. Because I remember there was something about Walt Disney when he was making the film. He wasn't too focused on like the true stories based on the books. He was more focused on the characters and the relationships, and we get to see that heartwarming relationships between Mowgli and the animal, especially with Baloo, portraying that true friendship and how true friendship is all about sacrifice and like being close to one another and always be there for one another. I think that's a good portrayal for kids nowadays, and just to show that like it could be with anyone, it could be for a child or an adult, just to show that you need someone's like your best friend to have your back. And I think that's really great. The comedy is on point. I love the comedy in this. I kind of miss this kind of style. Like when Baloo was getting beaten up by the monkeys or the monkey chase in the temple when some people get beaten up. I don't know. It's like that Looney Tunes style. Like even though there's a bit of violence, it's still funny. I think it was really good. And another thing that I think what makes this film a classic is that it's the last film that Walt Disney worked on before he died. And then
I
I
didn't actually
think
know that.
yeah. And they were actually not gonna finish this film when he passed away because they all thought the company was just gonna end there, but they continued that. They just finished the film in his memory. And I remember the ending of the film when after Mowgli goes to the man village and Baloo and Bagheera walk into sunset and we see that part where like the sun is setting. They didn't close the book because it symbolizes how Walt Disney has moved on and into the afterlife, but his story will still live on. His legacy will be remembered. And I think that's why this film is so special and important because this is technically the last chapter and the last memory of Walt Disney and his work. So that's why I think it's the best Disney film of all time. Thank you.
Tough to
Thank you
do.
very
Tough
much.
to do.
I've got a mic drop. Like,
I didn't actually know that. That's really interesting. I didn't realize that was his last one.
bring it to you, Ellie.
Okay. So my choice is Zootopia or Zootropolis. Who knows? It has both names. It depends where you are. I think this was a bit of a shock of a choice between us. There was a lot of other choices that I could have gone with, but this is one that really stuck out to me. It's a very big comfort film for me. It's a very good, easy watch, but also has a lot of very meaningful takeaways. Is not the word I'm looking for, but we're going to go with takeaways. It has a very lot of meaningful takeaways in the film and loads of messages that are quite easy to digest for like kids.
Mm.
It doesn't kind of go into too much that they won't quite understand, but it's not something that's just gonna go straight over their heads. It really takes into consideration society and its values, going into things from things like even like police brutality, racism, sexism, prejudice. It's all rounded off so well within the movie that you don't even question it in a way. You're not even like, oh, for God's sake, why are they doing another film to like, I don't know, to make the whole message about this or that, but it's literally done so perfectly that you don't even bat an eye and you're like, oh my God, this is done extremely well. But then even to the characters themselves, you have two of our main characters who have a very amazing dynamic with each other. I feel like the characters completely bounce off each other really well. But not only that, but they also develop together throughout the film. I feel like in a lot of films, you only see one character really get a proper character arc or character development, but they make sure that the two main characters that we see have their proper message shown throughout, and you see them develop and help each other through a lot of things, which I really like. It's also very, very funny. There's so many points in that film where you really do just kind of laugh out loud. It's just so easily done. It's not forced. It could be Flash, the sloth character that everyone makes everyone chuckle, or the I've forgotten his name, but the little fox, the one that Nick
Oh, the
works with to begin with,
oh.
the like the big ears, and it turns out he's not actually a child. That is a full-grown man speaking, and not just a man, that is a road man with the deepest of voices. There was a bit of a shock when things like that turn around, and it's just like that humor that kind of also helps the message flow through without being too harsh or too much on kids. There's also the gorgeous animation that it is, and I could go on and on and on about every animation in every film because I just love art and that's who I am. But the animation in this is taken to so much detail. Like if you look at the trains, you can see that it's got a door for each size of animal, or the different types of transport for each kind of, you've got like the critters, you've got the mammals, you've got the tall giraffes, you've got literally everyone is catered for in a different way. And the amount of time and effort it would have taken just to think of these ideas to make sure all of these different animals were incorporated for, and then to animate that and hand draw it and get it into this hour and a half, I don't know how long, film, and still make it look amazing is just insane. And I know that we're now getting a second one. We're getting a second. I can only hope that it does the amount of justice that this film deserves, because this film opened up for so many different like sequels that could happen. You could have one in the winter section with a completely different character, but they could still be connected to Zootopia. You could have one in the desert. You can have one literally anywhere. It opened up to so much. And the fact that we're only getting a sequel now, I'm disappointed. But I'm very excited that we are getting one. So I've rambled a little bit, but that is why I think Zootopia is an incredible film. If you haven't watched it, you need to, because it will become one of your favorites.
Okay, well, last but not least, me. I chose Princess and the Frog. I'm gonna keep it short and simple because it's only a few points I've made, so it's just a very good movie. Well, for me, it's the best one of the best movies. Well, the first one is that she is a strong female lead. Like, she's a very independent girl, queen. I mean, well, princess, because she's hardworking. She is you see in previous movies, not previous movies, but like other movies where the princesses rely on the prince. But this one shows that she's independent. She doesn't need someone. Where she's basically showing a very positive role model for young girls, showing for determination and independence. And then also diversity is not a very common thing that you see African people or different diversity for movies like this. So with the music and the culture and the cuisine or the food. Oh my gosh, the food looks so nice in these
It
movies. I'm
really
like,
does.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks very nice. The music, oh my gosh. What is it? Almost There. I
mm,
think that was probably a very good classic. It's just like music like that is very catchy and it's very timeless as well. Then there's basically the key messages of the movie basically were hard work and believing in yourself and that dreams can come true if you push for it. And last but not least, it has an inspiring messages to showing that love and happiness come from hard work and self-discovery rather than wishing on a star. So that is why I think it is a very good film.
We all kind of agree with each other's choices. I think we've all picked a
mm,
really good variety of films.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it was more of a this is why I love this. How's yours doing? This is why I love this.
exactly.
Which I liked. It wasn't necessarily a debate. It was
Yeah,
just a hey, what do you think?
exactly. No. So I guess that's it then. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below of any other videos you want us to do. And stay tuned for more. All right then,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.